This AskReddit user asks, what is always a bad idea? Saying, okay. Just one drink. It's never just one drink. For me it's one cigarette. Been trying to give up for years, but my willpower when I have a drink or two is pathetic. I'm like, I'll just have one and wake up the next morning having smoked a pack. Taking her, whatever, as a yes. I got a girl that actually means whatever and isn't afraid to say no if she's got legitimate reason. It's great. Looking down the barrel to make sure it's unloaded. Procrastinating. Like I'm doing now. I'm so good at procrastinating. I even procrastinate my procrastinating. I'll say, I'll do it tomorrow. This man's so good at procrastinating he procrastinated his procrastination and did productive work. Anything that starts with, hold my beer. Quote, hold my beer. Update. I'm in the hospital next to a corona patient. Balancing an open bottle of acetone on your lap. It will spill and it will soak in and it will hurt. Telling myself that if I stay up all night and the following day, I'll get sleep schedule right. Yeah, right. Lol, I'm currently on month 2 of what the FK is my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is fine now. I'm just like 8 hours behind everyone else. It's only 12:30 a.m. One more garage beer and I am going to bed. Asking a woman if she is pregnant. Or when she is due. It is never worth the risk. You are wrong. I thought I beat the system by asking if they were fat. Turns out that is also received poorly. Don't ever fart in the office when you're alone. People tend to walk in right after the crime was committed. DK pics. Don't do it. Hey mate. You should probably just delete for your own good. If this takes off, your inbox is gonna get flooded. You say that like it's a bad thing. I'ma make a DK collage. Nudes in general. Send me one and I'll tell you why it's a bad idea. Having a bad idea. Not wearing a face mask when people smarter than you tell you to wear one. Gambling on a fart. You roll the deuce, so to speak. Shopping while high. I ended up with a lot of tiger print ST after watching Tiger King. Gives a hard side eye to the, hey all you cool cats and kittens, doormat I purchased off Etsy. Ignoring red flags while on a first date. Just because they seem nice and you might be able to change them doesn't mean you should feel obligated to stay with that person. If you hear or see a red flag, that means your brain is telling you that something is not right and that you do not want to be with that person for a scary reason. Getting into a fist fight unless you have no other choice. Letting that married woman talk you into having sex with her. 10 out of 10. Sooner or later she's gonna tell her husband. And name you. You know. Just to come clean about it all. Oddly specific. And hope as HLA kid does not come from that SX either. Double whammy. Speaking from experience? Driving through a puddle that's only a few inches deep. My sister did this. Car needed some serious repairs. On both tires. On one side. It only came halfway up the ducts. Turn around. Don't drown. Co-signing for a loan. If that person was reliable and could pay back the loan, they wouldn't need your name. Never get involved in a land war in Asia. Unless, of course, you're the Mongols. Cue the montage. Also, never bet against a Sicilian when death is on the line. Trying to please everyone. You can't please everyone, but you can be pleasant to everyone. Texting your ex. I think we should get back together. I married my I think we should get back together. In my youth, it was most ideas that started with let's drive over to Compton and also recreational drugs that involve needles. Killing someone, even in self-defense. ST can get turned around in court. Worked with a guy how was forced to shoot his fiancée. She had a psychotic break and went after him with a gun. It was a relatively clear case of self-defense, but the cops charge him anyways. If I remember correctly, he said it cost him nearly $20,000 in legal fees. Other costs include a stay at the local psych ward, lifetime of therapy, being emotionally distant and unable to have a meaningful relationship for years. Lost his career track. He had an MBA. I am assuming this one because we worked pizza delivery together. If there is any chance whatsoever to just run away, take it. Invading Russia during winter. Heroin. AS to mouth. V to A. That's okay. A to V. Hurts to P. Oh, you never go AS to mouth. You don't love your significant other, bro? Taking a little bit more because you don't feel it yet. For the $1 million. Does this comment refer to drugs or DK? Both. Ha. There was a dude at a party selling shrooms, so me being PD and giving it the big N. Ate a bag. Also me. Not being a drug taker and still giving it the big N. Bragged how they weren't doing anything. The geezer selling them, in an effort to quieten me down and save his business. Gave me another bag for free. Turns out you're supposed to wait more than 10 minutes and you shouldn't do a whole bag on your first go. Definitely shouldn't have to. Adding an accelerant to a fire. Closing your eyes after turning off the alarm in the morning. Posting dumb, illegal things on social media that can end your job. Honestly, as an HR pro, I am always surprised by the amount of people who think it's a great idea to add their supervisor as a friend on Facebook. Then turn around and openly complain about the workplace or manager. Personally, I do not add any coworkers on social media, with the exception of LinkedIn. It's just easier to keep personal, work separate. Not only do I not have any coworkers in my social media contacts, I also don't name my employer. Obvious exception for LinkedIn, which someone could fairly easily hit up to garner employment information. Someone really needs to watch Animaniacs. Having a baby to fix a failing relationship. Like, what's even the mindset on that? Let's bring another person in all this mess. It sure can't worsen things. Hey, you know all that stress we are under and how we are having difficulty getting on common ground? How about we FK up our sleep schedules? Make me incredibly hormonal. Give us both a lifetime physical reminder that we resent each other and then FK that kid up by treating them as leverage instead of a person. I guess it creates some common ground and interest. I get it. But I don't think it's right. Having a child is the worst interest in the world. A couple could easily pick up a hobby the both of them like to do together. And the good part is that if they don't like it, they can stop anytime. You can't stop parenting if you don't like it. Talking when you're angry. Lending money to friends. Chances are you'll lose both. I'll lend money to friends under the assumption that I'm actually just giving them money. It's always a fun surprise when they pay it back. One friend, who I assumed would never pay back multiple loans, paid it all back before he moved across the country years later. I wish I'd had the same experience. I had friends once that I was always bailing out. A few hundred at a time. It took me years to realize they weren't really friends. And they still owe me money, but I know I'll never see them or it again. I would argue lending money to friends is perfect fine. The key is to be selective in making friends. Avoiding your problems. Being an unreasonable jerk to customer service employees. Alcohol and firearms. Might as well add tobacco to the list so you can round off that ATF trifecta. Trying to jump over Obi-Wan even after he says, "Don't try it. I have the high ground." Quote, can confirm. Sticking your DK in crazy or letting crazy stick its DK in you. Insulting whoever's making your food. Venting to a blabbermouth. My favorite is when the person you confided in says something along the lines of, "Oh, so and so said," And you're standing right there trying to shut them up because it was never meant to be repeated. Nothing can top that. Lol. Nah. Saying to them afterwards, congratulations. That's the last thing I'll ever tell you. Hope you enjoyed it. Tops that by a fair distance. Heroin. Invading the USSR during the winter. Well, there go my Christmas plans. It's okay. Santa. Invading Finland during the winter. Reading the comment section under a YouTube video. AL on Taco Tuesday. Dude, you're safe on Taco Tuesday. It's Wipe-A-Lot Wednesday where ya gotta watch out. Toasters and heroin. Don't ask. I've just been reading that what games do you have the most hours on thread. And it seems like creating a World of Warcraft account is like falling into a black hole. Putting hair removal cream on your BS. It seems easy at the time, but man, that ST causes a whole different type of pain. Felt like my nuts were one fire while constantly being stabbed by thousands of tiny needles. To be fair, they were perfectly smooth afterwards, but I wouldn't really consider that worth all the pain and crying when I can accomplish the same with like 2 minutes and a razor. That's ballsy of you. Yeah, he was pretty nuts to do that. You're lucky. When I did this, it removed a thin layer of scrotal skin and scabbed up for a week or so. Splitting up. Investigating a mysterious noise. Not checking if the killer is dead. Etc. Quote. Every single person in a horror movie ever. Is that you? Quote. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Googling a symptom. But how else will I know if I'm pregnant? If you have starch masks on your body. Girlfriend ain't had her period since she got pregat? Saying out loud the final line you know will win an argument you are in with your spouse. It won't. You won't. And it'd be better for everyone to shut it and walk away. Yep. No winners with the final low blow. Just a lot of hurt and words you can't take back. It's never worth it. You think you'll feel triumph and satisfaction, but all you feel is your heart sinking as the tears begin to form in their eyes. Unless you're narcissistic and hurting them was the point all along. To say what you are thinking at the moment you're furious. Maybe you are right. But you would never feel well after hurting someone. Never let a temporary emotion create a permanent decision. Clicking. Confirm order. Past 12:30 a.m. I have a 100% regret rate at these hours. On a similar note, any ATM withdrawal after midnight. Never for something good. Counterpoint. It could be for drugs. Also a point for, I think. Having sex with someone who you know will FK your life up. Don't stick your DK in crazy. But she's so hoot. Shut up cyanide, you don't stick your DK in crazy. Mixing meth and tigers. Or straight husbands with unloaded firearms. Or rich husbands with cod oil. Cod oil is fine. Sardine oil is what will get you fed to tigers. Driving drunk. 2 of my friends hung out the windows of our car as we drove around bits of Zimbabwe with a very drunk driver. Fortunately nothing happened. But looking back, holy st was it stupid. Browsing Reddit at midnight. Having a political opinion on any subreddit. Having an opinion in general on almost any sub. I don't understand people's allergy to negative karma. It's a good lesson. Not everyone is going to agree with you. And some people will even be AS. Doesn't even have to be political. Telling your mom that you're bored. Is your room clean? Never mind, I'm good. Not that bored, and also, no. I don't have any homework. Yeah, I do. I'm just not going to do it. Quote. The 4 a.m. cocaine run. This. You always hear nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Let's cut the ST and say it loud and clear, don't seek drugs after 2 a.m. Chances are, you've done enough. Hey guys. Let's get an 8-ball. It will last all weekend. 4 hours later. Yeah, let's get another 8-ball. Cooking bacon in the nude. Won't make that mistake for the 5th time again. Unprotected SX in the back seat of a 2000 Grand Am. With that said, my daughter will be turning 14 this year. Scary. Jesus Christ. You could have at least waited till she was 18. He died for those sins. It's fine. If I don't sin, then Jesus died for nothing. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.